we got this all linked up as well. It's
You know on Twitter, sending an email. Some food, that's alright. Well, actually,
I'll do the run if you need to.
are you just going to the pit stop?
I think so.
Is this,
Do you want me to just go?
oh no, that's okay.
Hello everybody, welcome to the final round of the 2014 British GT Championship here from Donington Park. My name is Billy Grace.
Yeah, indeed. So it's going to be an interesting battle. Looking at the sort of front of the field, we've got a close battle going on. What's the details there? Who could potentially win the championship?
So there's two cars that are going for the championship today, the Courier Cos BMW and the Oman Racing Aston Martin. And they are first and second on the grid, Nissan NISMO, then we'd be happy to answer them.
Yeah, exactly. You know the format, we'll talk to anyone, we'll grab any of the mechanics out of the garage. You know, we are your lobster? No, something like that. Yeah, we are your robot droids.
Here to serve.
Yeah, here to serve. Whatever you need, we will get for you. So,
and we will have, if you click on there we go, and press go, there we go. So now you can see what's going on in the pit apron. The quiet before the storm, really. All the cars are wheeled out. As you notice, the wheels aren't there yet, which is a bit of an issue. But they're obviously in the tyre ovens, which we have out the back of our garage, keeping extremely warm, really hot, to try and keep the temperature in them before they go to the grid.
so when I was
Brakes are obviously much better, but they're more expensive. And one of the things they try and do to reduce the cost is brakes. I think that will change eventually because the cost of carbon brakes is coming down. You know, you're seeing them on road cars. The GT R NISMO road car, for example, has carbon brakes. So that will probably change soon, but it's a cost thing.
right, okay. Whilst it's in the pit lane and they don't actually have to jack it up specifically anyway themselves. So there he is. Chris Hoy is off in car number 80. Oh, Billy's coming back now. Can you see him? There he is. Here we go. Billy's back.
I'm back. I've got tyres. You've got to love tyre chat.
Yeah.
Obviously, also very important to refuel the car. Also important to refuel your commentators. And Louisa has just arrived with our lunch, which is very good of us. Very good of her. So we got sandwiches all round because we're hungry.
We're starving. This banter does not come free. This needs to be fueled banter, you know. It's
And then 10 minutes on the grid and they go stone cold again. So you really do have to work hard to get the tyres back up to temperature after being on the grid for probably 20 minutes to half an hour. It does take a bit to get them back up to temperature.
Do they not have tyre warmers then out on the grid?
They might have blankets, but I haven't. People tried to set homework on the penultimate day, and everyone was like, "Okay, no, not really."
That's not going to happen. No. Yes, but the guys were saying that they've still got a busy schedule for the rest of the season. There's still quite a lot to do. They've got all the new GT Academy drivers to come in, so they need to get them trained up on what they're doing, and get them ready for next season.
Yeah. So exactly, there's 6 drivers. I think Mark Szulzicki's back in the car, who was the GT Academy Russia winner from last year and also starts at Le Mans this year. Al Buncombe, if he gets back, I think he's back from Australia. Do you know he might still be in Australia? So
What's he doing there? Billy?
Oh yes, he apply, and you have to have people back up your invitation. So it really is and after 3 years of racing, it really is a fantastic honour, but a well-deserved one because his summer this summer, he's just had the most fantastic summer of racing. So well-deserved.
So that's 3 years to get into the big.
Probably near to 7, I guess.
Okay, very nice, very nice.
Gonna swap to the front.
Yeah, let's switch the cameras, see if we've got anything going on. I definitely see Bob there, Bob Neville's at the front.
So we're about to start the race, and because of that, the pit wall is actually closed at the moment. So the reason you see Bob stood, BMW is in the lead. We're just waiting for them to go through sector 1 so we can see where people are themselves. So by the time I talk to you, we're already out of date. So I'll wait till the end of the lap.
What's the verdict, Billy? What did the pad say?
So we're just checking. So yeah, it's currently the 2 championship leaders still first and second at the moment. All this technology. But yes, so we've just finished lap 3. That is. There's a big gap in the noise, as you can probably hear, and then all of a sudden it goes noisy again, and that is the gap between the GT3 and GT4 runners. Classes here, Chris. So we have to look for a car falling down the order, but as it's not ours, this is not.
We don't care.
That's of course we don't care.
It does sometimes say though on the timing screens the reason for the.
So you're thinking, and then that moment, that thought pops in your head. You think, don't think about that. Just focus on the basics. Just do what you know you have to do. So it's just about keeping doing the same thing I've done all weekend. And smooth.
Having a little look at Twitter at the moment. But yeah, last time I was on this was Le Mans on the live broadcast there, which was fantastic fun, but extremely tiring. I've led the championship from the beginning. I don't know if that's got anything to do with anything, but they've had a very strong season. But I think both the teams would deserve it. They both have very consistent seasons.
Is it the V8? Is the V8 Vantage?
It's the V12 Vantage.
Not having any contact and getting into clear air. And once he's in clear air, I'm sure he can make up ground.
Looking forward to progressing, hopefully pushing forward and gaining a few places and maybe even some points.
We've had a very good start from 16th to 12th, so can't be much better than that.
Chris has started 16th and now we're up to 11th, so he's passed 5 cars in the space of 2 laps, and yeah, he's doing a really good job. He seems to be struggling a bit. Moved up a couple of more places, one or two other people have gone off, so yeah, it's hard work for him at the moment, I think. He didn't have a spin, but he obviously went wide and two cars got him, and yeah, he's fighting it, I think. We've got about 15 more minutes to do.
Safety car out now, it's obviously going to punch up the field a little bit to help us recover a few places a little bit, but Chris the opportunity to make his way through the pack.
Plenty of action. Couple of little taps, a couple of little wheels on the grass at moments, lots of overtaking, lots of being overtaken. I had a really good start. I got up to, I think it was P11 in the first lap and a half, and then by lap 3 as the tyres started to sort of go a little bit, I made a couple of mistakes and lost two places at a time, so I went in 4 places through 2 stupid mistakes. But brilliant race, I loved it. You know, if we could come away with some points this weekend, even 1 point, I think that would be a great result. You know, considering where we started, but we've got a long way to go yet. Fingers crossed that Jan will do the job.
15-second longer stop than normal because we were second at Spa. So that's, otherwise I think we'd be a little bit further up. "15 minutes to go. I think we will be lucky to get any points, the way it's looking.
5 places up from where we started, so we've made good progress. The race has been a little bit up and down for us, certainly with the life of the tyre. So at the moment, obviously the tyre is pretty done as far as Jan's concerned. So it's important for him to maintain pace, and you know, if he can pick up any places towards the end, hopefully that'll be possible. But I think it's going to be pretty tricky with the time that we've got left.
Today's been a very hard day. We should be happy that we've got our race car all back in one piece. There's lots here that are not, but from the performance point of view and our overall result point of view, we were disappointed.
We have good fights in the GT3 class and had a good tussle with lots of cars and yeah, defending like crazy, which is pretty fun actually. Chris is going to come away from here with more experience and a faster driver and more rounded driver with more experience.
The start was great fun. I love the start. It kind of reminds me of the old bike racing when you're close in and jockeying for position. I managed to get a few places at the start, to I think 11th or 12th place at the start, and then just couldn't quite hang on as the tyres started to go. But every race you learn, every race you come away with some positives and try and develop for the next one. So I can't believe we're almost at the last race. You know, I almost finished the whole season, but it'd be great to finish in a high Donington. So that'll be the focus.
So, welcome back live to Donington Park for the final round of the British GT Championship 2014. I do apologise for those technical gremlins that we were having. We lost our internet, but we've found it again. A new internet, or a better internet source that shouldn't let us down for the rest of the race. So, we're all sorted. To keep you updated, we are now on lap 20 here. We have got an hour and a half to go, and Chris Hoy is currently in 12th position. Only just over a second off the car in 11th after hunting him down for the last couple of laps. Repeatedly faster than the guy in front, so he's caught him. Now obviously he's got to try and pass him, but after starting 20th, to be 12th after half an hour is a pretty fantastic effort. As you can see behind me, Wolfgang Reip is sitting waiting to take his stint. He will take over in about 20 minutes time or so. Also around the garage we have all the mechanics who have just had their lunch. We have Bob Neville up on the wall, and we have Darren Cox around somewhere. So in a minute I'm going to go find him, and he can come and join us for a chat to let us know how it's all going. But yes, all calm at the moment here in the number 80 garage, all going pretty well. In the championship, we've already had drama. The championship leading BMW, which only top 7 pitted about 4 or 5 laps ago and hasn't been seen since. And apparently they actually had an engine change after warm-up this morning, so I guess it would be related to that. So terrible crying means that the car that is in second in the championship and pushing to win it, that had to win the race and have the BMW finish 7th, is now in pole position for the championship as it is leading the race. So if it can stay there, the championship will go to them. Oh, you joined me again. Hello.
Sorry, yeah, just trying to sort out technical issues. I think we're all good. Are we all good, viewers? Can you see us? Can you hear us?
We should be back. We got, apparently, according to our thing, almost 8 of you watching. So if you are there, do hello. Thank you so much for joining us, and do just tweet us now and comment on our YouTube channel. Just let us know that you can hear us, and any questions you've got, tweet us. And let us know and we'll get them answered. But interestingly, now I've just noticed that the number 21 Aston Martin has pitted and is still in the pits. So next time round, Chris will go past it and be up to 11th and still chasing down 10th. So it's not far off the top 10 now for Chris.
Hang on, what's happened? I go away for 2 minutes and we're up to 11th.
Yeah, well, the number 21 Aston Martin just went past us here with gravel being spattered out the back, so he's obviously had an excursion. So
maybe they're testing a new fuel type.
Yeah, or maybe they're doing rallycross.
Yes, yeah.
Testing Aston's four-wheel drive capabilities. So next time through, there it goes. Yeah, we're up to 11th as the Aston plummets down the order. So up to 11th place.
Also, oh look, the viewers are saying
excellent
182 Enjadine.
Yeah.
Stuart J, yeah, they can see and hear us.
Great, thank you very much for that, for feeding back there. We did need to know because we were having problems, so thank you. I'm glad you can hear us.
I'm glad you can hear us and see us, obviously. You know, it's very much a visual thing with Billy and I. Yeah. With the face shoot.
Yeah. Radio face,
No. We should always be seen, I think.
Do you know what? I think I might grab a word with Wolfie in a moment. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea. See what he's got planned for the race, shall we? And if you've got any questions, viewers, then let us know. Give you a little shout out to Wolfie, ask him some questions. He looks like he's doing something really important right now.
No, he's not. We're talking about lunch or shoes, or I don't know.
Shoes? What shoes are they wearing? Sparkos?
There's the Sparko boots. Obviously, you have full-on racing boots that are very fireproof and things like that, and heat-resistant on the bottom, and Sparko make very good ones, so they use Sparko ones.
So I could immolate you. Is that the word?
Emulate?
No,
Imitate or emulate?
No, I mean set him on fire.
Intimate. Oh, set fire to.
Is that emoliating?
No.
When you anyway, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean, viewers. Yeah. Anyway, he's free. Right. The camera's just here. There we are.
So we're on now. Wolfie, you have to hold the microphone right to your mouth like this for it to be heard. But a fantastic first half an hour from Chris.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I was expecting from Chris. So he starts 21st and he's now 11th. So he gained 10th position. It's quite amazing, and I'm really happy for him because I'm sure he has enjoyed the start like hell. And yeah, I'm looking forward to get in the car.
We were talking before the race saying how a top 10 would be a great finish. However, after Chris's blinding first stint, where are you aiming now?
Well, we are still aiming top 10 because you never know what can happen during the pit stop and during my stint and everything, because you know the speed of the AM is not related to the speed of the pro, so maybe there are faster pro behind me and maybe slower pro in front of me, so things can still move.
And last time that you drove this car, you stood on the podium at Spa. Tell us a little bit about that weekend.
It was amazing in Spa, home track of course, and home country. The car was mega there. I mean, it's the track probably that suits the car the most. So qualified third, leading the race during all my stints. Then I give the car to Chris, safety car, unfortunately, and hopefully for us, well, thankfully he finished the race second. So he lost only one position, and yeah, amazing to have his first podium there, and me, it was my first podium this season, so I was happy too.
Tell us about that first lap, because you went from third to first pretty much on the drag up the Kemmel Straight, so how did you do that?
Well, I mean, it's all down to the car really. I overtook the Aston Martin in the first corner, and then I tried to maximize a little bit the track to get a good exit out of Eau Rouge, and I mean, the BMW is a very, very efficient car in corners, but a little bit low power, and we have a lot of power, so I managed to overtake him in the straight going to Les Combes. I defend on the braking because they brake very late, and then I keep him behind me during all my stint.
And you've just got back after Spa. You obviously went out to Japan, and you've just got back from the 1000 Ks, sharing with your good friend Lucas and Kazuki Hoshino. Tell us a little bit about that race.
Yeah, amazing experience in Japan. Amazing country. The fans are incredible. The track is incredible too. It's a very, very technical track, very fast as well. Everything went really well. We were in a strong 4th position, which on such a grid is really good. But at the end of my stint I had a puncture and we lost all the time we gained.
And the fans out there, we were just saying about how good they are. They're flag waving. I've never seen anything quite like it.
Yeah, they have massive flags and they are shouting Nissan, Nissan. Yeah, it's really impressive.
It's like a football match.
It's like a football match, yeah. And you know, in the grandstand you have the Nissan corner, the Honda corner, the Toyota corner, and they are all doing as much noise as they can. It's really crazy.
We need to get some of them over here.
Yeah. We need to fly them here for sure, for sure.
Anyway, Wolfie, I'll let you go and get ready, because I guess there's only about 15 minutes until you jump in the car or so.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure.
And have a brilliant stint.
Yeah, thank you. I will push and see what we can get.
Have a good luck. Have a good one.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
So there you go. Look at that. That's live here from Donington. Wolfgang Reip giving us a fantastic interview there. He's had quite a summer, hasn't he?
It sounds like it, doesn't it? What an amazing job. Yeah, crazy. And obviously, as you were saying, Spa was his home track, Belgium, Belgique,
yeah, exactly.
Should I say?
Well, as a Belgian, I'm not Belgian, but there is nothing more special than to get on the podium at Spa as a Belgian racing driver. That's the truth.
And Spa's such a historical track as well, isn't it? Like such provenance, and yeah, it's absolutely incredible. It's gorgeous as well, isn't it? In the Ardennes forest.
And we forget that Wolfie's been racing 2 seasons, and this British GT grid, the pro is extremely strong, with factory drivers from BMW and Aston Martin and Porsche, and he goes and leads the race at Spa. I mean, after 2 seasons, it's incredible.
Do you think he just goes there all the time? When he's not racing, he's just there all the time practicing?
Probably on PlayStation.
Yes, yeah. He's not actually there.
No, he's on PlayStation, he's there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a fantastic result for him and obviously for Chris, and boost a great confidence boost, I think, for Chris, in his first season in British GT, that is.
Absolutely, and looking at this race, obviously a lot for Wolfie to keep up with. He's got to. Oh, we've got some wet tyres going out.
It's very interesting.
Billy, that's weird, isn't it? Is it raining? Shall I go and do a weather report?
Go and do a weather report. Sometimes what they'll do is no, they are fully going outside. I think we might. No, and the Aston next door has got wets out too. Do you know this? It might not be raining, but it has gone overclouded here, and it is very windy. So the weather will be drawing in, and we might have a wet second stint here. They might just be taking them out as a precaution, so they have a set of wets and set of dries out there in case it changes quickly. But our reporter back, what have you learned?
I think they're expecting rain. Well, thinking rain, maybe rain. It's a bit black out there. It's looking pretty overcast.
That'll spice things up a bit.
It will. It certainly will. So they've got the wets ready to go on.
Yeah.
So they're just out there. It looks like all the other teams are doing similar as well. So getting ready just in case. At the moment, it's not raining, however. So.
No. So yes, as we were saying, Chris is up to 11th now, just 2 seconds off a top 10 place, which would be a fantastic result. He's still doing great lap times, actually, solid 32s, which is all you can really ask for. So, do you know what I'm going to do? I think it's time we heard from the boss himself. So, should we go and try and find Darren?
The Dazzatron, the Coxie. Coxie!
DC.
Yeah, should we find him? Is he around?
Yes.
Have you seen him?
He is around. Yeah, I keep doing the microphone the wrong way. Every time I talk, I give it to you.
It's a mental block, isn't it? We're not the fizziest cans in the fridge. No.
So I'll put a quick VT on, and I'll see if I can find him. So we've been talking a lot about Wolfie, who was sharing with Chris this weekend. But Chris's teammate for the first half of the year was Al Buncombe, who is down in Australia at the moment. And at the 24 hours.
Who's he racing with? You talked exclusively about Kelly.
Kelly Racing, yeah, in an Altima. That in a bit, but yeah, at the Spa 24 hour this year, at the beginning, it was a bit of a crash fest, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. I think it was something like there was 6 safety cars. It was I've never seen anything like it. Obviously, we were down there again, but it was crazy. But one of the crucial bits, obviously, as you're about to say, is Al Buncombe missing a massive crash.
And it wasn't like it was on a straight line. It was at the top of Eau Rouge, which is blind. You can't see it.
No, absolutely blind summit, pretty much flat out. And then suddenly a car brakes in front of him. He's like, what on earth's going on? Anyway, you can hear him explain that better than me.
So let's see lightning reactions from Al Buncombe at Spa this year.
In one stint, I had to avoid a white and blue Ferrari at the top of Eau Rouge. He was really excited because I had a Audi R8 directly in front of me that I was really concentrating on trying to get the run out of Eau Rouge on, and he touched the brake at Eau Rouge, and cars don't normally do that, so that made me wonder what was going on. So I hit the brakes as well, and I could see why, because then I came to the crest of Eau Rouge and I could see the Ferrari there in the middle of the road, so it looked like he was going right then left, so he just started to go left a little bit, so I went to the right of him, and yeah, it was really close. And then yeah, had a odd incident with Jörg Müller, I believe, in the Mark VDS car. He overtook me over the start-finish line under safety car. He obviously didn't see that, and we were going side by side down the start-finish straight, and he just ploughed into the train of cars in front. He just didn't see them in the braking zone. It was quite a heavy impact for them. Yeah, I've never seen so many.
Hello viewers, hello, hello. So we haven't managed to find DC, the global head of NISMO. I think he might actually be hiding from us, which obviously isn't good. I keep looking away from you there, viewers, just purely because I'm trying to look at the timing screens here. Let me just check out. Oh, we've got some. Sounds like some prep happening with the air guns to put tyres on. I'm not sure if that means they are actually going to put the wet tyres on. I think they might be. Maybe I can switch the other camera, see if we can see anything. No, I don't think they are changing tyres as yet. Let me just check, viewers, where we are in the standings. 1 second.
So yeah, so Chris Hoy is still in P11, so that's 11th place. Absolutely smashing it. And I don't know if we're having tyres put on. When's the switchover, Billy? It should be
about well, not long.
About 1, is it?
I reckon about 5 or 6 minutes.
So is it 50 minutes for the first stint, or at least?
Minimum 50 minutes, but because the first stint is by the amateur driver, or the slower of the two drivers, they will usually try and pit as soon as they can to get Wolfie in. If we just twist this around, you can see Wolfie getting ready. Actually, I'll use the other camera, but hang on, I'll grab the other camera, you talk.
I'm talking, he's grabbing. So yeah, we've got actually Wolfie getting ready here. He's just popping his helmet on.
Okay.
Just switch over to this camera so you don't have to. Oh, look at that! Look at that! It's live. This is happening live. This is. Oh, you see, viewers of NISMO TV. What? Can you just let me know what's that thing on his neck there, Billy? Do you know?
That's a good question. That's called a hands device. It's a safety device that basically, as you can see, it clips. If we get a bit closer, you can see it properly. It clips to his helmet with some straps on either side, and then the seatbelt straps go over the brackets, the sort of the shoulder bits there that come down the front of it. The seatbelts clip over those, and basically it means that your head is very much more secure in the car, so that when you're racing, if you have an accident, an impact, rather than having a whiplash and your head whipping forwards, which with the weight of a helmet would be even worse, it holds your head and neck in position. It's a fantastic, very, very clever, very light device. So we'll just follow Wolfie as he goes out there. Very, very clever, very light device that's been coming in the last couple of years. That's now compulsory in most forms of motorsport.
It looks carbon fibre.
Yeah, carbon fibre. It's light as a feather. Doesn't weigh a thing.
So super light, super strong,
super safe.
Yeah,
and super safe.
Absolutely. So you can see Wolfie's now in the.
I'm going to take the camera.
He's always taking the camera. Billy is taking the camera forward. Look at this. Look at this, viewers. There she is. Wave Lindsay. Oh, look how happy she is to be on camera. Oh, she's. So yeah, as you can see, Wolfie is just getting ready at the front of the pit lane. They've got the that's the air equipment and pneumatic equipment to get the jacks up, to get the car up, to change the tyres. You should also be able to see that they've got the fuel station ready. That's just in the right-hand corner of your screen there. So yeah, obviously they're going to refuel, put on tyres, and switch drivers, and then get straight out there. We have actually got Mr. Darren Cox here, although my roving reporter is doing some footage at the moment anyway. So he's. Oh, look at that! You're seeing the whole of the pits now. I don't quite know who those people are, but anyway, not to worry. I think we've got quite a few guests here for people that. Oh, DC's here. Hi, DC.
Hello.
How are you? That's very deep.
I want a microphone.
We have to share it. We have to speak back to back. How are you, sir?
I'm very good. I mean, we've made up 10 places. I think we were 21st on the grid. He's now 11th out of the great battle with the BMW with Jody Firth in it, which, looking at their relative performance over the year, we shouldn't be. So that's excellent. His lap times are pretty good. Clearly, his rear tyres have gone off because I've just been watching down by the hairpin there. and the car under traction is moving around all over the place.
If I can turn you, rotate you, look. Hi viewers.
Hello. So yeah, he's going well. Made up 10 places. But as I said before, you know, the guy can race. You know, he's raced bikes for a little while. He's raced even before track cycling and stuff. He raced BMXs. So the guy can race when he's door to door. I've just seen it then, going round the outside of the BMW at Redgate. He's not frightened of going door to door. He's got to find.
Being prepared. It's not raining, is it?
I've just been out the back. There is some darker clouds coming over, so that could make it very interesting for the next stint. And that then's the guys on the pit wall who earn their living. Not a very good one, of course. They're doing it for the fun, basically, like we all are. But they'll earn their living. But you can just feel it. I mean, it's got chilly suddenly. Only idiots now stand around in shirts, and we've got sunglasses on. Like
shirts and sunnies.
Exactly. Yeah. So now I think it could spit, but unfortunately it looks like we're coming for a pit stop, so if it rains now, after Wolfie's got in, then we're in trouble because you can't really do anything about it. But obviously the pit stop window's starting, so it might be time to get Billy back on because he probably knows what's happening more than I will.
More than you and I. We're just here for the fun, aren't we, really? Billy, why does he know so much about motorsport?
Because he's a geek.
He is a massive geek. There he is. Hi, Billy.
That's me, I'm the geek. That's my job.
So pit stops are starting.
Yes. So we're 50 minutes in now, which means the pit
I'm going to
stop
go and have a
window's
look.
open. Dan's going to go watch, so I'll talk you through the stop. We've got our wonderful Louisa on aerial cam duty. Louisa, that's fantastic. That's a fantastic angle. Hold it there. So as you can see, Wolfie's in the pit lane. The tyre guns are racing and getting ready. I just realised you're still watching us. I'm going to have to swap you to the other camera, aren't I? There we go. There you go. There's a pit lane. So we've got our crew in the lane, and Wolfie's standing there waiting. Up a bit, Louisa. That's it. Stay exactly there. There you go. Perfect.
Left a bit.
Left a bit. Yeah, yeah, there you go. That's perfect. So, interestingly, they're now taking out some slicks. So, it is a bit... I don't think people quite know, do they? Is it going to be wet or is it going to be dry? I think, at the moment, it's going to be... she's having a bit of trouble there, sorry. She stood on a chair at full arm's reach. She's not tall. She's many things, but tall is not one of them.
Should we get a stilt? Should we get a stilt of some sort?
Yeah, we'll just employ Mick Fleetwood to do it.
Mick from Fleetwood Mac?
Yeah, he's huge.
It might cost a lot, but yeah.
Well, you know, no expense spared here at NISMO TV.
That's right, yeah,
As
absolutely.
you can tell by the quality of the commentators.
Quality of the commentators and, yeah, the quality of the camera work.
Yes. So I think they're going to go on to dry tyres because it isn't raining for one. That sounds silly, but if they thought it was... Oh, here we go. Car is in. As you can see, Louis is doing a great job. So the first thing that happens is Chris jumps out. The door slams. As soon as that door's shut, they can start refueling. That's what they're doing now. They can't change tyres or do driver change whilst they're fueling due to safety. So Chris and Wolfie will have a quick chat. Chris will be telling him what the circuit's like, whether there's any oil down, if anywhere slippery, how the car is feeling. Walking forward now, preparing to get ready into the car. There's Chris just having a quick word to DC after the stint. So there they are, just having a quick debrief. Louisa, go back again. That's it. So we'll have a word with Chris as soon as he gets de-helmeted. So there we go. The fuel is finished. The car is on the jacks. Wolfie's jumping in, throwing out the seat insert because Wolfie's very tall. Chris isn't quite as tall as him. The tyres are being changed. All 4 tyres. Brand new set of Avon slicks going on. You can see the smoke coming off the brakes of all the cars in the pit lane because of how hard they're working their brakes. And it is stationary for a minute and a half.
Is it slicks that have gone on, Billy?
Slicks have gone on, yes. They've decided it's the only option they have because it's dry. So they're down off the jacks. The door is being closed. There is a minimum pit stop time here. So whilst there is a hurry, now the tyres and the fuel are done. There is for safety reasons a minimum amount of time you have to be stationary. So. They will have a bit of time just to check that Wolfie's all right, strapped in properly, water bottle change, the door is shut. The guy will still be timing the stop at the beginning. Again, just checking something, and it's shut again. There we go, engine on, waiting to be released, and go. And off they go back into the race. And that is a pit stop at and at the number 80 RJN garage here at Donington Park.
So, as DC was saying there, Billy, I don't know if you heard him saying, obviously, if they have to change for wets now, that's really going to scupper things, because that's another long pit stop. It's quite a long pit lane and takes a bit of time. It's not like Formula One, is it, where it's 2.5 seconds?
No, it's not. Well, even in Formula One, if you have to stop when everyone else hasn't, it's still at 25-30 seconds. But here it's even longer because you're only allowed to use one tyre gun at once. It is basically to try and encourage endurance in tyres, to punish pit stops for tyres by making it slow to change. So yeah.
Is that a money thing as well?
It's a money thing too, but probably not so much, because you already have 4 guns and you got 4 blokes here. So there are enough guys to do a tyre at once, but they do it to penalise tyre changes, if you will.
I see. So yeah, that would be bad. So let's just. So I don't know if we might switch to the other camera. It's Louise is still moving it around. It's very. Oh, there it is. So you can see our timing screens. That's how Billy and I are giving you this up-to-date information.
Very, very crowded pit lane all of a sudden. There's some guests and staff and everyone. It's a bit wobbly, so we'll come back to us for now. What I'm going to do is leave you to a minute to have a quick talk about where Wolfie is now, because as you can see, not everyone's stopped yet, so the stop board is all of a muddle. So just have a check of that and see how we're getting on. I'm going to go and book a slot with Sir Chris Hoy.
Excellent. Yeah, Chris is de-helmeted. He's in the garage right now. As you can see, it's quite busy in the garage. I think Nissan have invited a load of GTR owners down, so there's loads in the car park. So, yeah, if you have a GTR and you're not here, where are you? Where are you? So yeah, we're just adjusting cameras, checking the timing screens. Unfortunately, my eyesight's such that I can't actually see the timing screen and where Wolfie is. Let's ask Louisa. Lou? She's not listening. So we might be able to get a little interview with Chris shortly. I think he's just doing a piece to a proper camera rather than our little web camera. But anyway, he's clapping. That sounds positive. Billy's back. Hi, Billy. What's happening? Oh, look at that. As you can see Chris in the corner of the screen there. Yeah, it's busy in here. 13th, so we're in. So it's not bad after the pit stop.
No, we've just got to wait for there'll be some other cars to cycle through yet. So as you can see, there's the 63, the Mintshaw car, the McDowell car, and the Kane car all on their out lap. So we might get a few more back yet. Up to 12th already. So there we go. Where is he now? 13th again. So we'll see. As I said, pit stops have to cycle through, so it takes a bit of time.
Still people to go in the pit stop. Not everyone's changed drivers yet.
No, because you have a pit window. You can't have literally. At once, it would be a little crowd.
Big carnage, wouldn't it? Big carnage. It'd be like wacky races.
It already is wacky enough, but it would be pretty mental. So they do try and stagger people, especially if you've got 2 cars.
Sorry, viewers. All you can see is the back of Billy's head. When you've got such a glorious visage, Billy, nobody wants to see your back.
No, it's my balding patch. No.
You're not balding. How old are you?
23.
Just a wee whippersnapper.
Yes.
Oh, we've got a sudden gust of wind there, viewers, just blowing loads of stuff away. Anyway, you don't really want to know about our weather conditions here, I'm sure. There's lots of people sort of looking at me strangely going, why is he talking into a microphone? That's because you're live on YouTube. Oh, he's back. There he is. We had a small few issues. I'm just going to switch on our computer here to see if anyone's commenting on our YouTube page. Have to shout out my friends Matt and Chris, because they've just texted me saying that we don't sound like the fizziest cans in the fridge or whatever I said earlier.
Also, can I just say a little shout out to, I've lost the name, hang on, this is
oh, that's my good friend Will Bradbury.
Oh, that's your friend. Oh.
He really likes to be called Broadband.
Okay,
Will Broadband.
Will Broadband. This is the first Nissan race I've ever seen. Well, thank you and welcome to the broadcast. I hope you're enjoying it. Come again, please.
Come again.
Someone asked what position Chris Hoy is at the moment. Louisa Dance, and do you recognise the name?
No.
No. Chris is now out of the car, but Wolfie's still in 12th. So yes, a little bit, but he just went past there. Actually, I just heard him. Let me go and grab a word with Chris Hoy. So let me go and book that in.
Whilst he's booking that in, just to get back to Louisa Dance there. What is positioning his way? And that was obviously actually quite a while ago because. Oh, we've got Chris. Chris Hoy. Who's doing the talking?
Go ahead.
Chris, how was that first stint?
It was great actually. I had a great drive. Really enjoyed it. Hello.
There he is, viewers.
Hi guys. Yeah, I sort of kept out of trouble off the line. I had a bit of contact with the McLaren when it went off. I don't think it was my fault, but we'll see in the video. Cars felt okay after that. You know, I made sure everything was okay, then pressed on, settled into it, fairly consistent lap times, and then just slowly started picking people off. I think I got up to 11th or 10th, and the 11th yet. So 10 places is pretty good.
It's absolutely awesome, yeah.
Yeah, I had just a lot of fun as well. The way and great battles with some of the cars. There was a Ferrari that I never actually got past in the end, but I was catching it on certain parts of the circuit, and it was pulling away. The weakest part of the car was the hairpins at the end. I was struggling the first to second. It wasn't going first to second. It was sometimes sort of just hitting the limiter and then not changing, and that kills your run for a fraction of a second. The guy behind you gets a better run, and that was but it was great through the high speed stuff. First corner was good, Craner curves excellent, and the run down into the S's was great. That's where I caught the black and orange Beamer, the brakes.
Season?
I think it was my last race with Nissan, definitely in the GT series, and you know, if there's anything else lined up that I could do just to keep that momentum going, because it's a long gap between now and sort of March, April next year, and the important thing is to keep the progression and bank what I've learned so far, but keep on pressing on, because 2016 will come around very quickly, Le Mans in June, so that's the end goal.
And that is the goal, isn't it? So 2016, you're hoping to compete in Le Mans in LMP2?
LMP2 would be I think the best choice. I don't think I'm going to be ready for LMP1, and I don't think there'll be a GT car in there from Nissan, so LMP2 powered car would be the way forward, and from what everyone tells me, they're fantastic cars to drive. You know, it's a big step up, but you know, if I can do it with anybody, it's with Nissan GT Academy, because they're great at developing the drivers.
Thanks, Billy. Question?
So just sum up what's the first season's been like in British GT. Obviously it's a big step up from the radicals that you did before. Well, you can see you've enjoyed it because of the smile on your face, but what's it been like?
It's been fantastic and a lot better than I expected. I had high expectations for the year in terms of what it would be like, but it's way the scale of the championship, the amount of support it gets, the number of fans that turn up, you know, all the manufacturers that support it, the standard of driving. You know, we've got some of the best professional drivers in the country here, so you know, you can't help but sort of progress when you're trying to hang on to their shirt tails, and above all, the amount of fun, and you know, I feel great guys, you know, and you look forward to race weekend, not just for the driving, but for catching up with the guys too.
So, random question, have you had to change your sort of, obviously you're incredibly fit, is there still a level of
well, the heat is the biggest thing on the cars. It's not physically hard to drive, but the heat exhaustion really starts to take its toll towards the end of a stint, and particularly if you're doing multiple stints, and that's why you have the drinks bottle on board and all that. But it's dealing with that heat and the concentration. You know, it's not like my legs or my arms or my neck are tired right now, but I'm exhausted from the concentration because you're on a knife edge the whole time. You know, it's not like it's just literally any second. If you make a mistake, you're off, and that's the race over, and you've got the responsibility because there's two drivers, there's a whole team of people preparing the car, a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort involved. So you want to do the job right and not make a mistake. So it's that level of concentration that's exhausting.
I suppose when you're on the bike, it's well, to a certain extent, it's just you. You know, you don't let any other teammates down. So.
Well, I think the biggest difference I've noticed is that on the bike, I was responsible for maybe 95% of the result. You know, you have the bike, you have your but you had to turn the pedals, whereas here you realise that you're a bigger team and you're playing a role, but you're a small piece of the jigsaw, because without the car, without the mechanics, the engineers, the backup, everybody, and your fellow driver, your team, you know, it doesn't matter how good a driver you are, you won't win. And likewise, you know, even if you're not absolutely on, you know, and you're part of a better team, then you can still perform well.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again. Any further thoughts?
It from me, yeah.
No, congratulations on the first thing. We hope Wolfie can keep it up and get on the top 10.
Great to get some points.
Yeah, lovely.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers. So that was Sir Chris Hoy there. Very lucky to get him.
Yeah.
Look at Gar. Look at that, eh?
See, thank you for watching, guys. And did you think you got a 10-minute chat there with Sir Chris Hoy? Pretty amazing.
I didn't.
No. Yeah, it's my job. I have to interview Sir Chris Hoy.
Oh, it's just Sir Chris Hoy.
But inside you'll go.
I'm inside doing that all the time anyway.
Well, yes, of course. But it's, amazing first stint, really is, and it just shows how much he's come on as a racing driver this year, because to make up 10 places in that first stint and to, as he said, he's enjoying it. It's good fun. It's which is all, it's part of it, and that's why he does it, because he doesn't have to prove anything to anyone, does he?
No, exactly, yeah. We already know he's quite a good sportsman.
Yes, we do.
Can we have an update on the race, Billy?
Well, it's probably time for one, because, blink and you'll miss it, but ever since I told you, Wolfie said about cracking the top 10, well, he's already gone and done it. He's 9th.
No way.
Yes way. He said that, there might be slower pros ahead and faster pros behind. It seems that there are slower pros ahead, but it doesn't seem there are any faster ones behind.
Absolutely. So my prediction earlier, viewers, I don't know if you heard it, of getting into the onto the podium, I'm standing by it.
Do you know, I'd love to. I think maybe a top 6, because the problem is that he's got a 25-second gap now on the cars in front. But when he catches them, they're 3 cars within a second and a half of each other.
Yeah.
So, well, firstly, you never know. They could have a squabble and fall off. But if they don't, if he can catch them, he's got, what's he got, 53 minutes, 25 laps. He needs to gain half a second, 25 seconds in 53 minutes. He needs to gain about half a second a minute.
Well, that's good maths. Oh, do you know what? I slightly turned off there. I was just conscious of the...
Thank you.
Conscious of the fact that you just had your head there. Nobody saw anything. Sorry, viewers. If we move out of the way, actually, what see Mr. Darren Cox having another interview over there. There he is. That's him there. He's the only man still wearing a shirt.
Excuse me.
Oh, are you still wearing a shirt?
Shirt, collar and everything.
Well, women viewers, calm down. Yeah, but you're getting hot under the collar, I would imagine, from that. Actually, let me just check out my jacket choice. Okay, by the way, viewers.
Yeah. Stand back. It's a bit small. It's more of a medium than an XL, which is a shame. But
yeah, somebody asked me if it was Liz.
It was me.
Yeah, well, it was you, wasn't it?
I thought it was Liz Neville's jacket.
Oh yeah, the boss's jacket. Yeah, and also a woman. Clearly.
Yes, of course. Yes. Yeah, sorry, I keep forgetting that you're there, and I keep facing backwards. It's very tempting to face that way, as that's where everything's happening. But I will carry on to face this way.
Try and use the other camera, viewers.
Yeah, why not? Let's check on what's going on in the garage. It's a bit empty, but there is still, there are people milling around. There's quite a few guests here watching the timing screens, and what's great is even though Sir Chris has finished his stint, he always sticks around right to the end to see how they do. He's really passionate. It comes across, doesn't it? How passionate he is about his motor racing.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder what car he drives. Do you reckon he's got a GTR?
I think he's got a GTR. Shall I ask him?
Should we ask him? Yeah.
So
as I was saying, it seems like there's a lot of GTR owners here. I don't know if Nissan executives. Yes. He does drive a GTR. Oh yeah. It's the only car of choice here, really. Yeah. It's a company. When do we get ours, Billy? Are we getting ours soon?
Mine's in the post.
Is it? Delivery soon? Yeah. What do you currently drive? Obviously, the viewers, if you were viewing before, that you know Micra.
Do you have a Micra?
Yes.
It's a good car.
quality car, viewers. Yeah. It's I've had mine. It's 4-wheel drive, mine, and I've dropped a 1.1 litre Panda engine in it.
Are you making this up?
Yes.
Yeah. I drive a 2002 vintage Renault Megane 1.4. I'm a student though, so I was. I don't have any money, but I start my real job with Nissan on Monday, and I'm getting a Juke on Wednesday.
That sounds amazing. What are you going to be doing?
Well, I'm going to be working in sales and marketing at Nissan GT headquarters down in London, and doing this at the weekend, and staying very busy.
Living the dream.
So, yes, not sleeping much to dream, but
sleeping the dream.
Yeah, the whole eat, sleep, race, repeat thing was a great idea. However, the sleep bit never really caught on.
No, just eat and race.
Just race.
I was thinking, when I was asking Chris if he had changed the sort of physical layout, that's a weird thing to say, but you know what I mean, viewers, because he had being has ever had.
Tree trunks, I think.
Yeah, I think so. So he must have slimmed down. Do you think? I do.
Well, sorry, we're just reading the comments that you guys are sending in on YouTube. Thanks very much for your comments. Yeah, I just saw that apparently someone loves the back of my head, so it's very kind of you, thank you. But no, he did have to slim down. Apparently, his legs were too big for the race seats at first because they're just it's a very different build for the cycling. So he did have to almost not slim down, retone. I think.
Yeah, I mean that's what I've had to do really to fit into this jacket. I've slimmed down, retoned.
Not muscle though, less of a six-pack, more of a keg.
Yeah, well that's it. I have to have a shout out to Willie Bradbear. Obviously, you know he's commenting on our page. Yeah. Will and I did the first ever radio show we did. We were both host DJs, and I made him promise not to get really drunk the night before, so he was hungover. He didn't listen. Oh, Louisa Dance. We've got some questions on Twitter. How fast are the NISMO GT3 cars? What BHP? So speed.
Speed. Well, let's go with the BHP. So they all vary. The Aston is up to almost 600 horsepower. The Nissan is about 580. It's prodigiously fast. Really, really fast. It's probably one of the most powerful on the grid. Actually, it's about 580. I think 590.
Interestingly, though, obviously it's exactly the same engine that you get in the race cars, and it's the 3.8 V6 twin turbo. Yep. But you know, some of the tuners and modders in Japan or wherever, they've got what 1,000+ horsepower coming out of them.
Oh yeah, there's a company here called Litchfield that do them. A race driver called Rob Huff drives one. It's Litchfield GTR 800 horsepower.
No way.
Oh yeah.
Is that as much as your Megane?
Not quite. My Megane's got 8.
Oh, right. That is.
But yeah, no, they're prodigiously powerful. They're sort of can be tuned to, the stratosphere and beyond. Really.
So, and in terms of speed, obviously the cars are tuned, and you get different top speeds on different tracks. If you've got longer straights, you're going to get a different top speed. But I think they can do sort of up to 180, 190, can't they?
Depending on the straight, the gear, the aero, they're doing probably 70 bar, I guess. I can check with Bob. I'll go and find out what we're doing. But also, thank you. Hi, Alan Balls. Just got your message on Twitter. Thank you very much for joining us and tweeting in. Of course, I'll pass on my thanks to Liz and Bob Neville, to RJ, and they had a visit. It was a fantastic time. It is done.
What's the email for JM? Not sure. We'll find out. We'll find out. Get back to you, Alan. Maybe we'll direct message you. Getting reports if we're having sound issues, then let us know. I'll quickly switch back onto the YouTube page so I can see any comments there. Still just Will Bradbear talking about my dad's and Sonny, really. Yeah, I mean, it's the car of dreams, isn't it? Yeah. What are we looking behind us at? We've got lots of important people behind us, viewers. Look at that. Can we get out of the way? Look, we've got a debrief going on. So I think that's Lawrence from GT Academy. That's Darren Cox. He's the global head of NISMO. That's Billy's face. And then obviously Chris Hoy is behind us there. Comments, thoughts, hopes, aspirations, Billy?
All of those, yes. For those who don't know, Lawrence is sort of the top dog at GT Academy, so he's in charge of running all the GT Academy stuff, and then obviously Darren and Sir Chris. But yeah, it's all going on. Apparently we sound like robots and a bit echoey. Sorry about that. I've got a headset here. Well, we've got a headset here. Why don't you listen to it? You try that on. See what it sounds like. You should work out if it's us. Anyway, there's a race going on in the background amongst all this, and
Is that what we're here for?
Apparently. Wolfie is dropped down a position 2. He's down to 10th, I think. So I think when I said, he's down to 10th, 4 seconds off the car ahead of him, at the same speed of him. So keeping right up with him. So which is fantastic. A really good race result after starting 21st position. So we are in the top 10, which is great.
I think it is a little bit crackly, viewers. If you're not hearing us properly, then do message us. We are Slight echo delay on the audio there, Calsonic. Thanks for keeping us posted. Let's see what we can do about that. What do we do about that, Billy? Ask someone more experienced than us?
Not me.
No. But anyway, should we see what else is happening in the garage? Also, what position are we in? Most importantly. 11th?
Yes.
He doesn't know what's happening, viewers.
Well, it's funny because we seem to drop from 10th to 11th and yet do a faster lap than the car ahead of us. So the timing streams take a while to get themselves quite up to date. But we seem to be in 11th at the moment. But let's see. We've still got a long way to go. We're only 7/10ths off the car in front. So let's hope we can get that position back, because I think a top 10 position, some points, would be a fantastic result after qualifying.
Is it it's just similar to Formula One and categories? Is it just down to 10th position that you get points?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And 1 point for 10th?
I think so. Yeah. I'd have to check that, but yeah, pretty sure it's 1 position for 10th.
Just a random thought. What's your view? Are they doing double points on the last race in Formula One?
I hate that. Oh, I just think it's awful. Apparently our sound is bad. We'll try and work it out. Yes, double points at the last round. I don't like it. I don't know about what you guys think. Tweet us in and let us know what you think. There's one talk about a bit of everything whilst we're here. But I'm not a big fan. I think that I don't know why Abu Dhabi is all of a sudden twice as important as everywhere else. And I think that if you were going to do it, you'd do it at a race that is, either twice as long a race, if you could do that. Probably couldn't. But at a circuit that is prestigious, either a Spa or a Monza or a Suzuka or a Silverstone even, or a Monaco, one of the real traditional circuits that is regarded as one of the most challenging, the best. Then I'd get the double points, or you could do it so that you could choose a double points race for the season. But just sort of allotting double points to Abu Dhabi, I don't think is a very good idea. That's my rant over about double points.
Do you know what? I walked off and didn't hear any of it either. So it's probably good for me. But the view is not keen. Also, I just think I've sorted out the sound. Like so, it was me. It was our head of production, Louisa Scott. She's done something. I don't know what she's done, but
she's waved a magic wand.
I think there is a magic wand here. We're not sure. Yes. So I don't quite know. There still seems to be a very in-depth conversation going on behind us. A bit of a debrief going on. But
that hand there means that's important. Hand gesture.
Yeah, we should do that more, Billy. That's important. Yes.
That's how he DJs.
He is a DJ, isn't he? Are you a DJ?
No. I just meant them.
Oh, I see.
No, I don't know what the hand gestures mean at all.
No, I'm not sure.
Should we try and get some of them to chat to us rather than themselves?
God, that would be good, wouldn't it? Would that be good? Let me just have a little look at our page, see if anything's going on. Obviously, we're checking the Twitter, guys. So if you're on Twitter, then comment us. It's just at NISMO.TV. Also, oh, good. Hi, Andre Parente. Hope I did your surname justice there. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, what's happening in the race? So obviously we're well into the second stint now. Wolfie
is in
11th place, and he is last lap through was a 1:35, as in a 1:30.5. Sorry. The guy ahead of him is Mr. Tandy, and I don't know if that's Steve or Nick, so I think it must be Nick in the Porsche. If it is, then he's like the go-to Porsche, Mr. Porsche factory driver, so you can't really complain if you're a little bit behind him. And then everyone else is in the 130s, so it is really tight between the pros. They're all within a second of each other.
The Porsches there, they're the 997 versions.
Yeah, they are still 997s, not 991s. So I think Porsche are due to bring out a GT3 car in a year or two. First they did their their Super Cup cars, and then they did their GTE car, and now they're due to do their GT3 car. So they should be due. I don't think it's going to be out next year. I think probably the year after.
Is it the turbo one, or is it naturally aspirated?
Yeah, naturally aspirated. You don't. I'm surprised really because you could do a 6. Oh, interestingly, sorry to interrupt myself. That was weird. The car 77, which is I can't see it, so it must be behind us. Has got to stop a 35-second stop and go penalty, which will either be for contact or for a pit stop infringement. Probably a pit stop.
So got out and maybe he's used his mobile phone or.
Yeah, or texting. Or, no, it'll be that they weren't stationary for long enough for the pit stop. Probably. It might be something else, but that's often what they're for.
Okay, very good. Such a knowledge, such a fountain of knowledge, isn't it?
It's all rubbish, I think.
It is. Just think of all the stuff that you've knocked out of your brain with all this knowledge of GT3 cars.
I could have got a first.
What did you get?
2-1.
Oh, well.
Hey, I'm happy with the 2-1. It'll do me fine.
Congratulations, and obviously shout out to all the students out there working hard. Yeah. What university were you at, Billy?
I was at the University of Leeds. I did geography, which is the most academic degree you can possibly do.
Yeah, and obviously very vocational. Yeah. You're not going to become a
segue straight into motorsport as well. So many geographers go on to do motor racing.
Do you ride a Segway?
No. I wish I did.
I think it would be the look. I think it would really top off your look. You know, maybe if you had a Segway. Obviously.
So that was Wolfie just passed then. I don't know if you can hear the cars in the background. It's such a distinctive noise, the car, because it's the only V6 turbo on the grid. So it really is. You can tell it from a mile off when it goes by. But that time around, still in 11th, did a 1:30.2 that time. So faster than everyone ahead of him. Oh, sorry, 1:30.5. So. Still right up there with the guys ahead. So I really do hope he can catch at least one of the cars ahead of him, because the top 10 would be wonderful, wouldn't it?
If you're wondering why he keeps turning his head, screens are directly behind us. As you can see them there. So that's what we're using to give you all this incredible information.
Where are they?
They're packed. Come on, that's it. And packed full of information, and it should be the most up-to-date information that we have, but as Billy was saying, sometimes take a little bit of delay. There's a little bit of time lag for it to update.
You have to wait for them to go through each sector, and each time it then deletes the sector from the lap before, so sort of was that last lap or was that this lap? You just gotta, they're a bit tricky sometimes.
I see. The weather's holding out, however. We haven't had to get the wet tyres on yet. Still
It could make life a bit fun, couldn't it?
I think so. Wolfie's got to be used to driving in the wet, though, hasn't he? He's from Spa. He's, you know.
It always rains at Spa. I think so, yeah. I don't know how many times he's driven in the wet, actually. It's a good question. I don't know the answer. I'm sure he will be. He's a professional racing driver, so it'll be fun.
Weirdly, though, when we were last at Spa, it looked like it would be raining. Like this kind of a little microclimate there, isn't it? Looked like it would be raining for the whole time we were there. No rain whatsoever.
Spa is a funny place. If you can do 3 days at Spa and it not rain, it's a miracle.
We did it. It was a miracle.
But yeah, no, very rarely do you get a full dry weekend there. It's just the place it is. It's in the mountains. It's the only part of Belgium that's not flat as a kipper. So yeah, you get the weather.
And obviously it's the Ardennes Forest. As the viewing several probably remember, I was talking about how it's the home of Ardennes pate. And you've just got pates roaming wild.
Oh yeah. No, the pate bush.
Yeah.
Interestingly, as in walks behind us is a man called Stefan Rattel, who, if you duck, jump out of the way, come this side, come over here. That is the guy that runs the SRO, which stands for Stefan Rattel Organisation. They run this series and the Blancpain series.
Ah, so is he a big cheese? Is he?
He is the big cheese. Le Grand Fromage. He's French.
Is it? Oh, is he?
And it's interesting to see, funnily enough, that we have Sir Chris Hoy, and he pops down to see how everything's going. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. So here he is in our garage.
Well, I mean, you've got to say that it's really good having Chris Hoy in the series. Like, it's massive for publicity. It's really good to have such an iconic character in the series, and let's hope he's here next year.
Well, yes, exactly. I hope he's racing for us next year. I mean, he's got fantastic aspirations for Le Mans. You never know. Maybe he's up for. Maybe he'll move up a series. Maybe he'll do this. Maybe he'll do Blancpain. Who knows?
What's Blancpain? Just to explain to the viewers.
Blancpain.
Because it means white bread to me.
That's pain blanc.
Oh, oui.
Or is it Blancpain? Blancpain Endurance Series is the European version, in effect, of British GT. So it goes to Spa, Silverstone, Huracan, car Nürburgring and Monza, and it's GT3 series around Europe.
And is it 24-hour races, or is it like this?
So longer. All of the races are longer than this. The races. So this year, the 3 of the races are 3-hour races, and then there's the Spa 24, which is the sort of the blue riband event, if you will, and then there's the 1,000 kilometres in Nürburgring, which is next weekend. And so it's probably one of the biggest. Well, it is the biggest GT series in Europe. 60 car grids. That's where the GT Academy guys race. Last year, Lucas Ordonez of GT Academy graduate fame was champion in the Pro-Am category. So a hugely successful and competitive series.
Very interesting, viewers. Very interesting.
Shall I see?
Do you want to interview him? Don't you? Will he talk?
He might not come on, but I can always ask.
Can you speak French?
Oui.
We a small p.
He can speak English though.
Oh, that'll work. We can both. We've almost got a grasp.
GT.
All right, we've almost got a grasp on English as well, haven't we?
We did it close.
Right. So whilst Billy goes off to see if we can get a little interview with the main man, not sure if he's actually going to be able to do that, but anyway, we will see. Back at the racing. Back at the race. Just looking at Calsonic, indeed. Do you guys set up the car mainly for top speed, high gear, low downforce for Donington? A good question, Calsonic. Let me find someone that we can ask. We can get one of the mechanics, I think. Simon Rowbottom. He's always keen to be on TV. 1 second, viewers. Let me go and find him. Should we get someone technical to answer that question for Calsonic, Billy?
Let's do that. It's a good question. I'll get Bob Neville. He likes that.
Yeah, let's do that. Should we find him or any of the
He's on
mechanics?
The football, actually, so he might not be having a word, but yeah, it's a good. Obviously, the setup is restricted by the balance of performance. So wing height and things like that, and weight, and even ride height, things like that are determined by them. But it's a good question because it's a bit of a mix of a circuit, really. So I'll find out. Leave it with me, Calsonic, and I'll get back to you.
So yeah, that's our roving reporter, Billy. Obviously, just trying to find out the details. Yeah, it's all going on. Let me just find out where Wolfie is in the standings. Still in 11th. Looking like he's lapping consistently. Doesn't look like there's any problems as yet, but that's all looking positive.
Make sure you're into that side. Sounds really quiet.
Just told that I wasn't talking to the right side of the microphone there, viewers. Embarrassingly. I hope you could all hear me. So yeah, Billy's still trying to get a little interview, a little off-the-cuff interview with the main man from SRO. Let's hope he can do that. Be interesting to see what they've got in store for the next season. So we still see, obviously, Chris is right with us here, just rehydrating himself. Interesting to hear that the main issue he was saying is not any sort of issues with fitness level, it's actually just issues with dealing with the heat. It must be so hot inside the car. Obviously you're in the car right in front of obviously it's front engined, the Nissan, so you've got the engine right in front of you. Some of the cars, certainly when we had GT3 GT R for Spa, that actually had an air conditioning unit in, but that was because it was quite hot, obviously, in Spa. Billy's looking like he's working his charm on important people behind us, which is always good. Although it doesn't seem to be working, they don't seem to be coming towards us. Not to worry, not to worry. Oh, here we go. I think he might be coming back to us. Anyway, yeah, so they've actually got rid of the air conditioning unit for this car. That's mainly for the 24-hour races anyway, just because obviously there's much longer stints than it is on this. Usually it's just 60 minutes. I'm going to hand you back over to Billy as he's got a little exclusive.
Well, everyone, we are honoured and privileged to be joined in a minute by Mr. Stefan Rattel, head of the SRO. Here is Stefan Rattel. Thank you very wave to our audience. Thank you so much for joining us. Stefan, another fantastic season of British GT comes to an end, and another extremely competitive series with so many different cars and drivers in it.
Well, it's been, I think, maybe the best year in the history of British GT. Full grid capacity for British circuits. Great diversity and great competition. With, I mean, everything was to be, decided on this last event, and I still looking undecided. So it's good.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the grid, and you've got there's something 10 almost different manufacturers, all running around now within a second of each other. It really shows how close and competitive this series is.
It's called balance of performance.
Yes.
And we became quite expert in balance of performance in our value series. And now it's only really the teams and the drivers who make the difference. The cars, we believe, are equal.
Yes, yes. And how do you think Sir Chris Hoyer's done in his first sort of proper season of motor racing after his second season, but his first season in big cars like this?
He's done good today.
Yeah, he has
done good today, so I think he needed a learning curve. But it has been great for the series to have him. We've noticed an increase in the number of spectators this season, so it probably has something to do with it. So for us, it was great to have him here, and I hope it will continue. And for the fans and for our championship, it's good.
Yeah, and then also you obviously run Blancpain Endurance Series as well, which has again had another really strong season, and on next weekend to Nürburgring for the final of that.
Yeah, 1,000 kilometers at the Nürburgring, last event of the season. They're also a very good competition. Don't know who's going to be the champion. Big grid, 44 cars. So see you at Nürburgring.
Yes, yes. Stefan, thank you very much for joining us. I know you're a very busy man, so thank you very much for joining us here on Nismo TV. It was great to hear from you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So yeah, look at that, exclusive there from the head of the SRO, Stefan Rattel, who runs British GT and Blancpain Endurance Series. Wasn't that great to get him on?
It was. I'm not sure if he was a little bit quiet there, viewers, but I hope you heard it. What was, in essence, what was he saying? Brief summary.
Well, he's just summing up how great it is to have so much competition in British GT. It's such a diverse series. With balance and performance also, it means that it's about the cars, but you get such a fantastic wide range of cars. You know, it's still not over now. He said it's probably been the best season of racing in British GT ever.
There you go. That's testament. I mean, the thing I like about GT racing is it's real cars.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's quite aspirational, high-level cars, but it is real cars that you see on the track. It's not like otherworldly entities like
Spaceship.
Formula One.
Yeah. It's also they look a bit. They look different. So if you go to a Formula One race, unlike an anorak like me, that can probably tell you, oh, well, that's definitely a McLaren because the wheel nut is a different shade of grey or something. But for everybody else, they look different. You know, you stick a GT-R next to a 430, or 458, sorry, and well, they're very different.
Do you know what I like? And this will make me sound like a geek as well. I like the different noises. Like at Le Mans, for example, where you've got the diesel hybrids make a totally different noise to the V8s, the V12s. That's what I like.
So do I. Well, exactly. I mean, here you've got naturally aspirated flat 6 in a Porsche. You've got flat 4 turbo in that little Toyota thing that runs around, and you've got V8s, V10s, V12s, turbocharged V8s, non-turbocharged V8s, turbocharged V6s. It's such a variety, and they all, you can hear them go past, and you go, oh well, that's the Bentley, and then you hear a scream, and it's like, oh, that was a Ferrari or Porsche, or see, that was a Ferrari there, and that howl, that's an Aston Martin. It's great. It means that it does have all that variety. It's something that appeals very much to me about it too, is the different noises.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously the Nissan is very similar to, as we were saying, totally the same road-going spec car. Obviously a few different changes here and there. The main difference obviously being that it's rear-wheel drive rather than the road car.
Yeah, that's a regulation thing. Quite rightly, you know, in terms of getting enough manufacturers in, they said if you run if your four-wheel car, if your I'll try again. If your car's four-wheel drive on the road, you can't run it four-wheel drive on the track. It's got to be rear-wheel drive, and that's because otherwise, if you did, everyone would race the GT-R or the Lamborghini. Because they'd be four-wheel drive and they'd have a huge advantage, and that wouldn't be fair. You know, you've seen in touring cars in years gone by that four-wheel drive is very controversial. So they said, you know, we're not going to run it here, and it seems to have worked. Maybe one day we'll see more four-wheel drive cars as supercars become hybrids, and as that hybrid power works on all four wheels, we may see hybridization and four-wheel drives back in GTs, but it's also a cost thing.
The hybrid supercars that we've got coming out now, though, like the P1, LaFerrari, 918 Spider, they're all rear-wheel drive, though.
Four. A lot of them are four. Some of them are rear. So the P1 is a rear-wheel drive. The Ferrari and the Porsche are both four, I believe. But it depends.
It's just make it up now.
No, I'm not. It's where they send. It's where they send their electrical power, rather than where they send their internal combustion engine power. But yeah, I think with hybridization, you'll see more four-wheel drive supercars.
Do you drive a hybrid?
No, I drive a crummy old Renault.
Oh yeah, we covered that, didn't we?
I don't have any. We don't have any money. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I drive a Renault and a P1 actually.
So shout out to any sponsors out there. If you want to get Billy a car, he could mention it on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, on NISMO.TV.
A Nissan GT R NISMO in white.
That's his.
Oh, there we go. We thought we'd show you what's going on in the
garage.
garage.
Yeah, so here's a garage shot. You can see Louis, and he's our producer, cameraman for Nismo TV. Shout out to Calsonic. We hope we get a podium finish as well. Where are we now?
10th,
11th. 11th still we're in. So hopefully we are going to make it. Yeah, not a huge amount going on in the pits. Other than that, we've got a few people watching the timing screens. As you can see, we've got the timing screens there. That's what we're using to give you all of this really interesting, cutting-edge information. But we haven't actually got much left on the race now. What time are we on? So, probably got about 25 minutes left on the race. Not a huge amount. Our producer, cameraman Louis, is just writing on his hand. Don't know. It's really, really important stuff. Oh, Billy's back. Oh, got a question.
Answer. Sorry, to Calsonic's questions about how do you run the car here. They apparently run quite high downforce, and also run it quite low to the ground. Because compared to Brands Hatch, where there's a lot of compressions, here there aren't any big sort of, you know, down your paddock hill bends and up the other side. So they can run the car quite low to the ground, and they run quite high downforce, you know, for craner curves and things like that. And the straights aren't actually that long here, so you don't need low downforce because it doesn't get to the point where the car is struggling to push itself through the air anymore because the straights aren't long enough. So there you go. There's your answer.
So quite low downforce, but yeah.
No, high downforse.
Sorry, was
low ride height.
I wasn't actually listening, was I? Again.
No, you weren't. No.
I was
He tuned off. He'd gone.
I detuned.
Yeah. Thank you.
So no, very interesting there. Who did you get that from?
Just one of the engineers, one of the mechanics. The chaps just sat here relaxing. I just wandered over and had a word.
Chilling out, Maxim.
Yeah,
relaxing, all cool.
Yeah. They are, yeah. With I think Will Smith's over there or something.
Is he?
He is, yeah.
I'm surprised you knew those lyrics, as you're about 20 million years younger than.
That is true. I'm 23. So.
Yeah. So just 2 years younger than me.
Yes, 2 years younger than you when you were what?
Oh, there it is.
Burn.
Yeah.
Aloe vera for that burn.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So where are we going?
What's happening?
I've got to turn away from you for a moment, but Wolfie is still 11th, and he is 13 seconds off 10th, I think. So it might be a tie thing, but still doing 130.5, so still going around very well. But looks like 11th, maybe as high as we can climb.
Well, that would be a shame. Is the car equipped with any car devices, you know, like nails.
Yeah, it does have some mushrooms in the back that you can deploy for people to banana skins. Sorry, for people to spin
It's a
on.
mushroom. It's got some
I was thinking about
sautéed.
Toad.
It's got some porcini mushrooms.
I was thinking about Mario Kart and Toad, and that's why I thought mushrooms. I meant banana skins.
Don't ever cook me dinner.
That went wrong.
Yeah. Well, we get the idea. Of weapons. So we're just sorry. We're just. It looks like we're just phased out there. It takes two of us to read the comments on the on the YouTube page.
It's because neither of us can read, so that's a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, guys, for your kind comments about the questions. We will carry on to. We will carry on answering them if you send them in. But yeah, they're interesting. I thought it might be a relatively low downforce circuit here, but apparently not. I know there are quite a few straights, but they are apparently quite short. You know, in comparison to, you know, Spa or Silverstone or somewhere like that. So it's not so much of a problem here.
Very good, very good. So just weather update. The weather's still holding tight. It's still grey. It's classic British summer, really. Oh, Billy's going to go and get a cup of tea, just in case you're wondering where he goes to. So as you can see, so I think we're all done now for pit stops for the duration of the race. So I'm not sure that will be happening again. We've still got Chris Hoy, if you can see, just behind me. He's still here. What a lovely man. What a nice guy. Yeah, just very much part of the team here. Still racing consistently. That nobody seems to be reporting back any issues. To be honest, though, starting from 21st to get to 11th is absolutely awesome, really. So I think everyone in the team's got to be pleased with that. A podium, however, that's what we're looking for, really, if we can get it. Let me just get the latest updates on the times, bear with me. If I'm correct and reading the timing screens correctly, which no doubt Billy will tell me I'm not, but if I'm correct, I think we're only 4 seconds behind 10th position. In which case, that's gone down by about 6 seconds. I might be reading it wrong, though, viewers. So don't hold me to it. Yeah, don't blame me if I'm wrong, and I'm just building your hopes up. We also, as whilst we're looking at the timing screens, we'll try and get an update on the overall championship and who it is actually going to win the overall title. Billy again is the man in the know with that. He's worked out exactly who needs to finish where and who needs to finish. You can see him drinking. Can you see him drinking a cup of tea? He's just schmoozing. He's just chatting up ladies at the moment. They're way out of his league, if I'm honest. So.
Sorry about that, we lost you there. It does that a minute. The Sky guy, did you answer that question?
Yeah, I was just saying we're covering quite a lot of the races next year. Do you want me to check exactly which? Let me check my schedule.
Check. Well, I'm free. Are you free?
Yeah.
we're free all the time.
Yeah. We also, if there's anybody listening from, I don't know, Sky or BBC that need us to go to any F1 events, then just let us know.
Yeah. We're here. We're very cheap. All you need to do is fuel. sorry, fuel the Micra and the Megane, and we'll be there.
Yeah, tea as well.
Tea, we need tea. Yeah, there's 2 T's in my name.
There's none in mine.
That's good, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, damn. Anyway, no, to answer your question, the Sky Guy, we'd love to do more of these. This was a bit of an experiment at the last couple of rounds of the season to see how we could, because obviously we don't have the TV rights, how we could, you know, broadcast from these events live and what we could do and see if there was success and see how it was received. So if you've enjoyed it, comment and feedback and
subscribe as well. If
and
you subscribe, the more subscribers we get, the more people realise that we're actually doing a good job and people are watching, and we can report that back to Nissan. And Nissan go, oh, we've got to get you guys out to wherever. Where should we go to next? Japan or Australia?
I think the Bathurst 12-hour needs to be covered in detail.
If you're listening, then Nissan executives, they're all here really, to be honest.
Oh, no, he might have left now. I don't know. Just
anyway,
get Darren.
Yeah, any Nissan executives, if you want to fund us there, although it would take a bit of fuel to get there in the Micra and the Megane, wouldn't it? So
yeah, as long as we're covering the 2017 race, we might make it in time. But let me go and find Darren for a few more words, because it got cut short. He tried to jump off, so I'm going to see if I can find him.
Poor Darren Cox, he just gets abused by us, really. Just continually answering questions for us. But anyway, I think he loves it. He's a big motorsport nut, as we all are. So, but yeah, I think we're still running in 11th. I never did find out if I'd worked out the timings right. Let me have a look. 1 second. Going to be doing the Nürburgring 1000 next weekend. So yeah, if you can join us for that, obviously that's a much longer race. As Billy was saying, that's a 6-hour race, 1,000 kilometres over in Nürburgring. I won't actually be there. Well, I haven't been asked to be there, but we definitely will be live. We'll be broadcasting from there. Yeah, tune in next Sunday, Sky Guy. Thanks very much for tuning in today as well. Yeah, and then next year, obviously, it's a big year for Nissan next year. We're going to be representing the LMP1 category with a petrol hybrid. I haven't seen secret shots of it because I'm not stealthy enough. But yeah, apparently looks absolutely stunning. So it's very, very cool.
I can't find him.
Any joy?
He's run off. He'll be back in a bit.
Where could he go? Doesn't he live here? He lives at racetracks.
Yeah, he lives in the boot of that GTR. So yeah, that's where his
of the race
bag
car
is. Yeah, in the car. Yeah.
I wonder if he drives a GTR. Do you know?
No, he drives a Qashqai.
Wow, that is the dream, isn't it?
He's got family, so.
Yeah, it's a sensible family car. If you went out and said to the wife, "I've bought a sensible family car. It's a 4-seater Nissan," she couldn't grumble when you came back with a GTR.
She could, but you wouldn't care, would you?
No. You just run over her.
Sorry, I can't hear you. I've driven off too quickly.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
Bye.
Have you had the fortune of driving a GTR?
No, I haven't. I've driven. What's the biggest Nissan vehicle I've driven was the Infiniti FX.
I have to say I have driven one, and it was a Litchfield Special Edition.
No.
As we were talking about earlier, it wasn't quite tuned up to the 800 horsepower we mentioned earlier, but it was well over maybe 600. So it had
it's like my Renault.
Very much, yeah, just like that. So it had sort of uprated conrods, different exhaust manifold, and tuning and mapping and all sorts of stuff.
Is it yours? Is it yours?
I don't own one. No. I wish I did.
They're paying him too well for this TV broadcast.
Yeah, no. So Nissan executives, if you're listening, we could do with one, couldn't we? We could do a review in one.
We could share it.
We could share it. We could go out for a
drink.
We could be like a slightly racist version of
like Dick
Jeremy
and Dom
Clarkson.
in the GTR.
That's right. We are like Dick and Dom, aren't we?
Well, at least the first one.
Yeah, I was wondering about renaming myself as Dick.
Really?
It's a bit what do you think?
I think it'd be great. Oh, look at this. The Sky Guy, thank you again. to SkyGuy273, who said would love for you guys to come to Oz. He'd love to join us if we do come to Oz. Well, if we come, we'll let you know, because I'd love to do the Bathurst one year. I've never been, and it's on my bucket list. So
absolutely, and obviously if we come down Sky Guy, we'll try and get you some backstage. Oh, we've got 2 T's coming in. 2 T's from head of production, Hop.
Tea.
Look at this, hot tea. Really quite cold. There's quite a bracing. Cheers. Tea.
It's cold.
It's quite a bracing wind coming through, isn't it? It whips through down the pit lane.
So any final questions for the season, then do tweet us. We're still here, and we've still got YouTube as well, at NISMO.TV or on the YouTube channel. Any questions you got, any comments, any feedback, do let us know. Any questions you got to Darren, and I will try and put them to him before he runs off. He'll be back. But, where else? It's not like you can go onto Audi's YouTube channel, Wolfgang Ulrich, to answer your questions, is it? So this is a pretty good opportunity to ask DC some questions.
Wait, he nipped off before we could speak to him. But properly, I wanted to talk to him about the LMP1 for next season. Yes. We don't know much about it, but he probably doesn't want to talk about it, but we want to know.
Oh, what's secrets amongst, just a few friends on YouTube?
Exactly. He'll tell us. Last time I interviewed him, he just told us that it was going to be a petrol hybrid. I don't think anyone knew that, so that was an exclusive. So yeah. maybe we'll get a bit more gossip from him.
Maybe, but I bet you it's going to be a fantastic machine, whatever it is. It won't be long now. The season starts next March. I'm sure it won't be long till you start to see it.
So is it racing in all of the relevant endurance races for LMP1? It's not just Le Mans, is it?
Well, no, the plan is to do WEC.
WEC.
The WEC, or the World Endurance Championship, so that starts at Silverstone in March. And then, Le Mans.
So, and I know that we'll be there, Nismo TV will be there, so we'll be representing. So if you're really really lucky, you'll have I commentating away for you. Lucky, he's saying. He has a mouthful of baguette currently. He's not. This is the dedication that we show. He's not even fully eaten a baguette so far today.
I haven't eaten since breakfast.
What did you have for breakfast, just out of interest?
Weetabix.
It's a good, sensible, healthy breakfast. Tea. You do drink quite a lot of tea, wouldn't you?
I live on tea. It's a good gallon a day, I think.
Is it your favourite drink?
This is dull conversation, but yes, it is. I do like tea. You can't go wrong.
In case you're wondering, viewers, water is my favourite drink, which means I'm definitely a dullard. Anyway, back to the race. What's happening? How far behind are we from 10th place?
We are 18 seconds behind 10th. We're still lapping. That was our fastest. Yeah, we're now doing 1:32s. But interestingly, Joe Osborne in the 888 BMW, which is only. Well, it's quite far ahead, but he was doing 1:35, so we don't think we'll have long enough to catch him. But yeah, Wolfie's stroking the car home well. Bringing it home safe and sound at the end of the season. Good, a good result and a competitive drive. Didn't quite make the top 10, which is a shame, but you never know. There's still a bit of time to go. Interestingly, I'm trying to work it out because obviously this BMW that was going to win the championship has had trouble. Well, the Aston that was then going to win the championship is down to 4th. It's 4th now. So, I don't know if that's high enough for it to win the championship, even with the BMW non-score. So, I'm going to try and find out, because they're next door. So, I'm going to go and ask. Be right back.
So, there we are, viewers. He's going to be checking out from next door. This is as live as it gets and as real as it gets. Except the viewing setup, I'm not quite sure who these people are behind us, but I don't think they know they're live to the world, to the masses. But yeah, so Billy's nipping next door to the Aston garage to try and find out what the deal is, where they have to finish, and who's going to win the overall title. It's very exciting that it's come down to the last race. Obviously, as we were saying about Formula One earlier, that with double points in the last race, obviously the idea with that is that the racing for the whole season comes down to the last race. But also, as you see, Billy wasn't a fan of that. But anyway, what does he know? I wonder if I could just do a little garage shot for you so you can see what's happening in the garage. not a huge amount. There's a man from Ginetta, and Chris Hoy is actually sitting down, just relaxing, taking a load off. That's Billy coming back in with his tea. Let me switch back to the camera so you can see his glorious visage. What's the verdict?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to ask because they're all sat there looking very gloomy, which would suggest that fourth is not high enough for them to clinch the championship. You can never say this championship's over till it's over, because we thought the BMW was shooing, and then it had a problem. The Aston was leading. We thought it was Aston's to lose, and then they've just slipped to fourth just because it's such a close field. You know, they're only a second off third and 5 off the. They're only 8 seconds off the lead, but that might be enough. It might be 8 seconds stand between them and their championship. So as it stands, I think the championship's going back to BMW. I mean, you got to feel for the guys next door, don't you? But you know, you feel for the guys at the bottom who've had, you know, a bad race. You know, you've got to have a great season, and it's great. It shows, just as Stefan Ritter was saying earlier, how close the championship is. That we're still 7 minutes until the end of the final race, 4 minutes to the end of the last race of the season, and we're still not quite sure.
Exactly, that's exactly what I was saying. It's such a close racing series. They really get the performance of the cars worked out so closely that it does make for great racing and really close racing. But yeah, for our team, it's looking like car 80 with Wolfie at the helm is still in 11th, and about 18 seconds behind. So
Go over there and just get them to wave. No.
what's that? I'm getting directions from the floor. Oh, hang on, we're moving the camera so you can see the team. Should we get them to wave? Don't think they're listening, are they? They're all deep in thought. Give us a wave. Give us a wave, boys. There we go. Look at them. So cheery. And obviously Chris Hoy's still there. As you can see, he's still representing. Oh, that's... You don't want to see me, do you? So, yeah, as I say, let's just move that back slightly that way. You can still see we've got the timing screens up. And let me just check where we are. We're still in 11th. Do you think we're getting to 10th?
I don't think so. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you need a car ahead to have an issue, because we've only got 2.5 minutes left, which is 2 laps.
It's bad to want bad things to happen to your competitors.
No, not, you know, not this late in the race and this late in the season. Everyone's budgets are a bit tight now, and you kind of want everyone's car to be home in the same piece so that, you know, they can come and race it again next year, because you want to beat your competitors on the track, but you know, if everyone can't afford to go racing, there's no competition, is there? So.
And how does it work with, do you know any of the sort of prize structures or anything like that? Is there money in this? Like if you won the... Really?
Not really, no. It's about the pride. But no, there's not really championship givings. And however, you know, if you're a championship winning team and you're trying to sell a seat for next year, it's a lot easier if, well, firstly, a lot easier to sell if you won the championship, and second, you can charge more for it. So,
absolutely. And you know, if you were, that's my tea. Hands off my tea.
My bad.
He's trying to nick my tea, viewers.
Oh,
Hang on. Louise has nicked your tea, I think.
No, I just drank it. Well, I thought we've actually shown you all of our videos for the weekend, but we are almost at the end of the race, almost at the end of the season.
I know. God, what are we going to do? Have to get real. You have.
I don't want. Yes. Also, remember that thing called Sunday morning?
Oh yeah.
We get to sleep in it now.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
How boring.
Yes.
Depends who you're sleeping with, I suppose.
Yeah. Yes. I suppose it does. Yes.
Teddy's lovely. Teddy's lovely.
Teddy?
yeah.
Oh, Teddy, right, yeah. I was thinking, who's Teddy? Nice chap. Yes. But anyway, so we got how long to go? I'd say, well, we got half a minute on the timing screen. So next time by, in fact, I can actually see the chap with the checkered flag. If you look out there, there's a chap with the checkered flag. So, yeah, we'll switch the other camera. I don't know if you can see it, but we'll see. Yeah, go and see if you can move the other camera and aim it at the checkered flag man. Hang on a second. That's it. Right. Hang on. Let me switch cameras. That would be sensible, wouldn't it? There you go. So the guy, there's three chaps in black coats on the wall, and the guy to the left of them, there is the checkered flag, and there it is, being waved there to the winning number 63 something of Phil Keane. What does Phil Keane drive? Second is Ollie Hancock, and third is Matt Bell in the Ferrari.
Did you just say Hancock?
Ollie Hancock. And fourth is the Kane Aston Martin. So I think the BMW's champion. I think it is. Let me go and have a look. Tell me, do me a favour. If that garage is jumping up and me, yeah. I'm trying to work out. It's that close that we just don't know. So it's just waiting for just waiting for Wolfie to bring the car across the line now in 11th place. You know, another solid result. They're fast, you know, really good fastest lap. One of the fastest laps of the race out of actually, faster than the leaders. Faster than the winner on a 1:35.12 hours. Fastest was a 5:42, a bit slower, but
They're looking fairly morose next door in the. Is Aston? No, hang on.
Aston next door.
Aston.
Yeah.
They're looking fairly morose.
Well, then I think that's it. I think the championship goes to the BMW.
I think it must do. Although the man on the end said Aston had won, but I'm a bit confused because that was them next door and they weren't celebrating.
Then I think BMW. I think an Aston might won the race.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's Phil Keane. I thought he was in a Porsche. I don't know.
Well, we got that started.
Oh, we do. Hang on. Oh, team number 8. Number 62, 63, track speed. So Porsche won. I find that a bit funny that one of the there was two of the drivers that were driving for track speed for the first 6 races of the season, and for the last 2 they swapped from track speed to 888 because they thought track speed was the Porsches weren't very fast. I thought the BMW was better. Over the stretch of the season, the BMW's been better, but unfortunately, track speed have then gone on to win the 2 races. Oops, whoops. Anyway, you know, such is life. So yeah, first.
So they changed car halfway through the season.
Yeah.
From a BM to a.
From one team to another, yeah. From a Porsche team to a BMW team.
You can do that, can you?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. If you're paying the bill, you go wherever you like.
I suppose so. Yeah. So I don't suppose Nissan can do that.
Well, no, we can't do that.
Just start using it.
Just stick a GTR badge on a Z4. I don't think that would work. But yeah. So what's that? So what have we got? So we've got the 60. What did I say? 63 Porsche track speed Porsche 1. Second place was the. Sorry, I'm facing away. If you were looking at the timing screen, was the number 18. What was the number 18? Runners at home. Can you see number 18 on there? Where is it? Number 18. There it is. FF Corsa. Oh, second place for FF Corsa. That's for Ferrari. Third for Matt Bell, number 23. That's the Audi. Fourth is Stephen Kane in the Aston Martin. Fifth is Roy Butcher in the Aston Martin. Sixth is Aston Martin. Seventh is number 31. That's the Tandy, but is it Steve or Nick? It's track speed, so Nick Tandy in the Aston Martin, in the Porsche. Sorry. Eighth is the number 29, Richard Lyons in the, of course, Ferrari. Ninth is the 888 BMW Joe Osborne. 10th is the 13. What is that? Of course, Ferrari of Aaron Scott. 11th is Wolfie in the number 18 Nissan. He's just come back now. 12th is Simonson in the number 3 Rosso Verdi Ferrari. 13th is Johnson in the number 19 FF Corsa Ferrari. 14th, sorry, Stephen Kane. Is it Stephen Kane? Yeah, in the 17. That's the Bentley. And that's the and then you've got GT4 winners. So Mr. Oliphant won the GT4 class in the number 42, which is run by century. So I think that's the Ginetta one in there. But it should be a championship win in the GT4 for the Beechstein Aston Martin. So the Aston Martin won GT4, didn't win GT3. It looks like it's gone to the Barwell BMW team. So everyone congregating at the front of the garage. Make them wave to the camera. Who put that Sky guy? We'll try and make everyone wave to the camera. Oh, we've done that? Sorry, I missed that. Should we see if we can... Wolfie, wave to the camera. Wolfgang Reip joined us here. How did it go? No.
Well, I pushed as much as I could, and fortunately I couldn't go much faster than that. So yeah, we finished 11.
Yeah, solid result after starting so low down.
Yeah, it's. I mean, Chris did a really good job in the. At the start of the race, he gained 10th position, so amazing job. And I tried to maintain the 10th position, but the car were too fast. I'm gonna take some drink.
Yes, go ahead. Thank you, Wolfie. That was fantastic. That was a right there reaction from the end of the race. Wolfie is knackered. It's warm in that car, so he's gone to get some water. It was very kind of him just to stop and say those words. We kind of grabbed him a bit ambushed him there, but hey.
Yeah, he didn't look. He looked well hydrated.
Warm.
No, well warm.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Dehydrated. Yeah,
as Chris was saying when we talked to him, it's so warm in those cars.
Well, they must kick out a lot of heat, right? And there's not much sort of insulation or heat shielding. Certainly no aircon. I was telling the viewers that on the 24-hour races sometimes we have aircon, but it adds about 25 kilograms, so we don't run it on this.
No, not in this series. Not in this because it's just not warm enough, and the weight is too much, and it saps power. Bob Neville's just come down from the pit wall, so let me see if I can grab a word from him. Hang on 1 second.
So Billy's just heading off to see if we can grab a word from Bob Neville. Kindly, he's coming around to speak to us, which is very good of him. Oh, he's photo first, viewers, and then he's going to come back. Views, thoughts on the race?
Yes, I think that would be the celebrating winning team is obviously turned up the bass. Good race. I thought Chris Hoy, what a fantastic stint that was. To come from 21st to 11th is amazing and just shows, what he can do when the car is on song. What a fantastic race from him. And Wolfie, it did again a really solid race. Don't forget, this guy is our pro, and this is year 2 of his racing ever. And he's up against Tandy, Works Aston fame, Works Porsche fame, Works BMW fame. He drove fantastically, hugely competitive, and it shows the quality of the guy that he's disappointed by not really losing any positions. And I think it was a really solid race, actually, after a poor, a really unlucky qualifying. Really good race. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the car worked faultlessly, really, after the few technical issues in qualies. It's really good to see that, absolutely no problems at all. And really consistent pace, which is a sign of a team working really well. Team photos, does that mean we have to get in the team photo?
I think we do.
Okay. Viewers, bear with us 1 second.
Put a video on. This is what happened at Brands.
Put that
this
camera
is
on.
Long.
Put that camera on.
Okay.
And they can see what's happening. We'll leave the mic open, so no swearing.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
So as we can see, viewers, just wrapping up here. We're just doing the team photos for the end of season, the season finale photos. Lots of smiley faces there. Billy managed to get in on the photo there. He photobombed
in a
it.
selfie with Chris Hoy. There's worse things to do because he took one of everyone.
That's amazing. You might get famous, Billy.
Yeah, you can't talk to me now. You have to talk to my agent. Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah,
it is understandable.
Right. Should we sign out?
Should we sign off?
Yes, I think we should.
We're signing off, are we? Signing off for the season.
We are. Let's just go and grab our Louis in a minute because he'll be able to turn it off rather than us saying goodbye and still being here, which could be a bit awkward.
I mean, we can just, sign off.
I know how to actually.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that we couldn't get any more word out of DC. He's disappeared, so he must have had. He's probably had meetings and stuff. But
as you know, we're back on for the Nürburgring.
Yeah. Are you going?
I don't know. When is it?
Next weekend.
I'll check my diary.
I'm at Spa.
What are you doing at Spa?
My dad's racing.
Oh God, you're posh, aren't you?
I know. Yeah.
What does your dad race?
A 1959 Austin Healey 3000.
Absolutely amazing.
So it's the 6 hour classic race. And I'm on pit board. I'm on the wall.
Oh God, you've got an actual role.
Yeah, I'm Bob Neville.
I'm Bob Neville.
Yeah.
I'm Bob Neville. Anyway, viewers, so yeah, join us. Nismo TV will be here next week. Hit subscribe. Thanks for joining us now. Yeah. Last words, Billy?
Just thank you very much for joining us. And if you've got any comments about what we've done or what you'd like to see, or any more questions that we can answer on Twitter, please keep sending them in. We'd love to hear from you. And thank you very much.
And obviously hit subscribe, and then that just gives us more reason for us to be back next time.
Yeah, thank you. See you soon.
Cheers, guys. Bye.